The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. An MRT-3 train caught fire near Guadalupe Station on Saturday night. To give us the latest update on this situation, we have Camille Samonte. She's reporting to us live from Makati City. Camille, good afternoon. Has MRT-3 resumed its full operations today?
MRT3 operations resumed this morning after a fire hit a train coach near Guadalupe Station on Saturday night. At least 4 individuals were reportedly injured from the incident. The Makati City Bureau of Fire Protection said the blaze began in the third wagon of the MRT3. The fire took place at 9:29 p.m. and was declared out by 9:56 p.m. The MRT3 management said there were no casualties and major injuries reported, but 4 passengers had minor injuries. 3 were women and a man who got bruises after jumping off the train to get to the rail track. Due to the incident, the MRT3 management had to cut train services from North Avenue Station only until Shaw Boulevard Station. This morning, 18 trains are now operating the full line. Meanwhile, the Makati BFP is still investigating the cause of the fire. Here's what they have to say.
So sa ngayon po, wala pa po tayong malinaw na, kumbaga, di pa natin alam kung anong pinagmulan. So under investigation pa po siya. So mag-schedule pa kami ng araw kung kailan pwedeng ma-check ng gusto itong train. Siguro in coordination na lang din sa DOTR.
Riza, the Sumitomo Corporation, the maintenance provider of the MRT3, has apologized to the affected passengers by the incident last night. They are now conducting an investigation and assured passengers that they will conduct countermeasures to ensure the safety of MRT3 operations. Riza?
Thank you for that update. That's Camille Samonte reporting live from Makati City. Meanwhile, former Eraserheads frontman Ely Buendia says his reunion remark was just, quote, half a serious joke. Recall that the OPM legend tweeted that the heads will reunite if Vice President Leni Robredo runs for president in the 2022 elections. And a few days after the vice president announced her presidential bid, fans came to collect, leading Buendia to backtrack and say that he did not fully mean what he posted. 18 former NBA players were accused of defrauding the league's healthcare plan of almost $4 million through fake claims for medical and dental expenses. The full story in this Bloomberg Quick Take.
Today, we announced charges against 19 individuals for conspiring to defraud a health care plan that provides benefits to active and former National Basketball Association players. The FBI arrested 16 defendants this morning in 12 districts across the country. These 19 defendants, including 18 former professional basketball players, are all charged with participating in a conspiracy to defraud the NBA health benefits plan. The defendants charged today defrauded the plan when they falsely made claims for reimbursement of medical and dental services that they had not received. As alleged in the indictment, the leader of the conspiracy was former NBA player Terrence Williams. And here's how it worked. First, Williams obtained fraudulent medical and dental invoices. Second, he sent those invoices to his co-conspirators, other former NBA players. Third, the co-conspirators submitted the fraudulent claims to the plan. Fourth, unaware that the claims were fraudulent, the plan paid most of the defendants' claims. And fifth, in many cases, the defendants paid kickbacks to Williams.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Brazil is dealing with one of its worst droughts in nearly a century. The lack of rainfall has hurt farmers and forced Brazil to rely more on costly thermoelectric power plants. With reservoirs low at key hydroelectric dams, the government is encouraging Brazilians to consume less power. A water supply system in Sao Paulo has reached 29% of its capacity, the lowest in the last 5 years. Now, heads up, coffee lovers. Brazil's drought may even cause your morning coffee to get more expensive. Let's find out more in this report.
Your morning coffee is about to get more expensive, and it's all because of extreme weather here in Brazil, one of the world's most important producers of agricultural commodities.
Right now, we're in the Caconje coffee growing region of Sao Paulo state. In normal times, I would be standing in water right now. But after 2 years of drought, this reservoir is only at 20% of its capacity.
Brazil is facing extreme weather fluctuations, and it's affecting the way we feed the world. The country has experienced its worst drought in a century.
Tem uma perca de superfície de água no país de 15%.
It has also been ravaged by wildfires.
Nas últimas 24 horas, nós tivemos mais de 1.500 chamados para o Corpo de Bombeiro e incêndio e vegetação. Esse é um número muito grande.
And if that wasn't enough, Brazil was also hit by unprecedented frost.
20 de julho de 2021, dia histórico e triste para a gente, porque apesar de toda a seca, de todo o estresse hídrico que nós estamos sobrevivendo, uma geada tremenda, de forte intensidade que capaz de destruir as nossas lavouras.
Between the drought and the frost, farmland the size of Peru has been damaged, with coffee crops taking the biggest hit.
The coffee crops are down by about 20-30% of their normal levels in this area and across Brazil.
As much as 1.3 billion pounds of beans from next year's harvest were destroyed, enough to brew every single cup that Americans drink over a 4-month period. Former banker turned coffee farmer Antonio Ribeiro Goulart saw all 11,000 trees on his farm turn from green to brown in a space of 24 hours.
Há 12 anos atrás eu iniciei o plantio de café, né? E até então obtendo bons resultados e com perspectiva de expansão, mas infelizmente tivemos esse contratempo da natureza, né, que foi a geada.
As the top exporter of coffee, oranges, sugarcane, grains like soy and corn, Brazil's intense drought has led to food inflation around the world. The price of Arabica beans soared 30% over a 6-day stretch in late July. Orange juice jumped 20% in 3 weeks, and sugar hit a 4-year high in August, capping a near 2-fold gain over the past 16 months.
The industry needs heavy rains to recover next year. There isn't enough humidity in the soil to grow healthy crops right now. And the problem is expected to only get worse. A weather pattern known as La Niña is expected to delay this year's rainy season in Brazil, which is supposed to start in November.
Even though there was little to no harvest, many landowners are still contractually obliged to provide crops.
The situation has been so severe in Caconje that the mayor declared a state of emergency to help growers renegotiate their loans. And the federal government is also looking at financial assistance for farmers throughout Brazil.
Vai precisar de muito investimento, muito trabalho, muita dedicação e no mínimo 3 anos, se o clima for favorável. Ele tem sido muito desafiador, as previsões não são animadoras para restabelecimento de uma safra plena.
With intense weather fluctuations ravaging the world, Brazil is only part of a larger trend of climate change, making it harder to feed the world. And by 2050, a study by the Journal of Environmental Economics and Management projects a 10% decline in crop yields in the next 3 decades.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. PAGASA says they are not ruling out the possibility of tropical storm Maring making landfall in mainland Luzon before it exits the Philippine area of responsibility by Tuesday. Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte tested positive for COVID-19, but the LGU says she only has mild symptoms and is now under isolation. And Pfizer has submitted its emergency use application to regulators for the use of their vaccine for children aged 5 to 11. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later again at 2:15 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now, www.signalplay.com, and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.